Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jess from Honest Fiction, and today I'm going to be doing a mini review for one of my favorite books of 2020, A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout. So stick around to hear my thoughts and my review on this book. Alright guys, similar to my other review, this is going to be broken down by plot, characters, world building, and then some spoilery discussion at the end. I will say this does contain spoilers for From Blood and Ash. So if you have not finished the first book yet, stop watching this, finish the book, then come back. Alright, let's get into it. So A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire starts out exactly where From Blood and Ash left off, with Castile proposing to Poppy and Poppy being shook. So Poppy is still trying to decide if Castile really loves her or if he's just doing this to save his brother. And really that's what's going on throughout the majority of this story, is they're traveling together on their way to where the other Atlanteans are, and he's getting ready to marry her and she's trying to decide what's going on in his head. And I really, really enjoyed it. There's a lot more magic in this one than there was in From Blood and Ash. It feels like a pretty different story, I think in a good way. It has a lot more to do with the gods, and you get more of a history from the Ascended and also from the Atlanteans, and you kind of understand more about what's really going on behind the scenes. All right, the first character is not actually new, but we get a lot more info and find out a lot more about his personality, and that is Kieran. I absolutely love Kieran. He is Castile's bonded wolven, and they are pretty much BFFs. They do everything together, and him and Poppy, Kieran and Poppy's banter back and forth is just so fun to read about, and I loved it. He quickly became one of my favorite characters. Another new character is Kieran's sister, Vanetta, and she's great, she's sassy, she goes perfectly with Poppy. I love her as well. And then there's one that I don't love, and that is Alistair. And I'm not gonna get into this right now. Stay for the rest of the video if you've already read the book, but he is kind of the head, one of the head wolven, and he works pretty much for Castile's family and does their bidding for them. And that's pretty much it for the characters. I don't want to go too much into spoilers. As far as world building, I think if you watched my other review, I hated on Jennifer L. Armentrout a little bit, just because I felt like it wasn't a super immersive world. I think she really fixed that in this book. You get a good feeling of how different Atlantia and Carcedonia is. Like, I didn't realize that Carcedonia was kind of stuck in the past as far as not having running water and things to that nature that the Atlanteans actually have. And it was really cool to see the juxtaposition of these two cities. I really enjoyed it. I think she did a great job. I normally do magic system during this segment, and I'm just going to say that although there's no real cut and dry magic system, I feel like we're given a lot more in regards to magic than we were in From Blood and Ash. We know the Wolven, the Vampire, the Ascended, and now we're getting more info on the gods. Like I said earlier, we're finding out more about their powers and where they reside, where they're sleeping, and it was just really, really cool. I can't wait to find out even more in the next book. It was so good. Now I'm gonna get into spoilers. So if you have not read this book, please stop watching now. If not, stick around and let's discuss this book. So main thing is Alistair, don't trust that guy. I feel like he kept trying to lead Poppy astray and make her doubt Castile's intentions throughout the entire book. I also have a guess that he might be the one that Poppy's dad was talking to back when Poppy was really young, where he came up with that creepy rhyme about her. Thinking that's Alistair, might be wrong, guess we'll see in the next book. The other thing is, the other part I absolutely loved, the romance in this is so good. I loved every scene. There is smut. I'm so okay with it. It was done so well in this book. It's definitely a little bit more smutty than From Blood and Ash. Once again, totally okay with it, especially that cave scene. It was great. The only parts I didn't love felt like Poppy should have known that Castile was doing this because he loved her a lot sooner. I feel like at the end of From Blood and Ash, she's kind of already thinking it, and it just took a really long time for her to be like, oh, he does love me, he does care about me. It's not just to save his people. And I just feel like she was slow on the uptake there, but I love a good slow burn, drawn out angst book, so I was okay with it. Overall, I loved this book so much. It was so good. I cannot wait to read the next one. I said this in my previous video. If you want to find out more, Jennifer L. Armentrout has a spoiler group. I think it's still called From Blood and Ash spoiler group, although now she's spoiling stuff for her next book coming out. So definitely check it out. I'm gonna leave a link down below. All right, guys, thank you for checking out my mini review of A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to discuss this book a little further, please leave a comment down below. I could discuss this book all day. And as always, I post new videos every Tuesday, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. All right, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.